Hey, and welcome to my Hume Band review. I wanted to make it because most wearables have the same fundamental problem. They obsess over workouts and then they charge you monthly to see your own data. But Hume Band has decided to take a different route. It's built around longevity and long-term health. And you pay just once for the band, and then the app shows you your metrics without the whole subscribe to unlock your own body vibe we see from a lot of competitors. I've been wearing it for a few weeks, the novelty's officially worn off, and I wanted to share some things that actually stood out to me. In this video, I'll show you what the Hume Health Band really is based on my day-to-day experience, including why the one-time purchase model matters, what you get in the box, what it feels like to wear, how the setup works, and what the core tracking function looks like. By the end, you'll know whether this actually makes sense as a long-term health device, or if it's just another piece of wearable tech that you'll abandon in a drawer. If you're hunting for the best health tracker for long-term health, I've got a great deal for you right here down in the description, or you can scan the QR code on screen to see the current Hume Health discount. So what is the Hume Band really? Well, it's a longevity and metabolic health-focused wearable that's less how many steps did you do today, and more what direction is your health trending over time. It's built for people who care about aging well and optimizing habits long-term. And also for active folks who want a smarter recovery so they're not running their body into the ground week after week. What makes Hume Band different, though, are three longevity-first features. The first one is metabolic capacity. This is basically your long-term baseline, how strong and resilient your metabolism looks over time. Think of it like your engine size, not your daily mileage. The second one is metabolic momentum. This is the day-to-day push. Sleep, movement, stress, recovery. It shows whether your current habits are nudging that capacity in a positive direction or slowly dragging it down. And then there's the spicy one. Hume Health claims that it can spot early signs of imbalanced or elevated chronic illness risk. Important disclaimer though, this is not a medical device and it's not diagnosing anything. Treat it like an early warning trend signal, not a verdict. And if you feel unwell or something looks off, you still do need to talk to a professional. That said, the overall idea for this one is simple. It connects your daily habits to your long-term metabolic health trajectory so that you can course correct before problems build up. All right, unboxing time. In the box, you get the Hume Band itself, the strap, a USB-C charging cable, the charging base/dock, and a quick start guide. Basically, everything you need to go from new gadget to judging my sleep in about 5 minutes. First impressions, the design is super minimalist. It's screenless, lightweight, and the SuperKnit style strap feels more like something you'd actually wear all day, not a plastic fitness tracker bracelet that screams, "I'm here to count your sins." The strap is adjustable too, so it fits a wide range of wrists without feeling like a tourniquet. It's also built for real life, waterproof, sweatproof, dustproof, and it's IP68 rated, which means it should handle showers, workouts, and even swimming, just so long as you're not trying to turn it into scuba equipment. If you're looking for wearable tech that you can forget that you're wearing, this checks that box. Flip it over and you'll see the sensor array, 5 LEDs and 4 diodes that it uses to continuously capture the data it's built around. Battery-wise, Hume says you're looking at about 4 to 5 days per charge, and it typically tops up in 20 to 80 minutes, depending on how empty it is. So it doesn't come with that stressful charge every night energy a lot of others do, which I do appreciate. Now, here's the thing that actually differentiates the Hume Band from a lot of the popular wearables: the business model. With stuff like Whoop or Aura, you can end up paying monthly just to unlock the good insights. With Hume, by contrast, the pitch is basically pay once for the hardware and you can see all your core health data in the free app. Hume literally says no subscription is required to use the band or access your raw data. And then Hume Premium is optional if you want the more AI-driven layer, which is deeper analysis, personalized longevity coaching, and the tell me what to do next kind of guidance. And Premium starts at less than $10 a month, according to Hume. So yeah, with the Hume Health Band, you're not just renting your body stats. You own the device and your insights. And because this is Cybernews and I'm me, privacy matters. On the official page, Hume Health says that your data is encrypted end-to-end, stored on HIPAA-compliant servers, and only accessible to you or the providers you authorize. They also state in their privacy policy they haven't sold or shared personal information to third parties for business or commercial purposes in the preceding 12 months. And that's a big contrast to the broader wearable world, where some platforms openly describe sharing with partners and advertising networks. I mean, you can literally read about it in policies like Strava's. And we've seen how messy this category can get with third-party databases or integrations that go wrong, like, for example, with the 61 million record exposure tied to Get Health that hit the wearable ecosystem. So the brand already has great value for a health tracker focused on trends, but like I've said, I've got an even better deal for you. Just click the link in the description and use my exclusive code for the current best Hume Health discount. So here's the deal. The Hume Health Band itself is basically a silent little health monitor. No screen, no buzzing, no stand-up notifications yelling at you. It just tracks, and everything you see and every notification you choose to get lives inside the app. Pairing is simple. Download the Hume Health app, follow these step-by-step prompts, connect over Bluetooth, and you're done. It's one of those setups where you don't feel like you need an IT department to help. And Hume gives you a pretty deep stack of metrics. These include heart rate, which is continuously monitored, heart rate variability, useful for recovery and stress patterns, SpO2 blood oxygen levels, which Hume positions as a way to flag potential respiratory issues early, respiratory rate and skin temperature. The app looks for trend changes and micro spikes that may correlate with things like inflammation or illness. It tracks sleep stages, including light, deep, REM, and awake, activity levels and movement patterns, and lastly, strain and recovery status, which is meant to guide training load and stress management. Also worth noting, Hume says blood pressure tracking is planned for a future update pending FDA approval. So if you're buying it today, don't buy it expecting blood pressure tracking right tomorrow. The app is honestly one of the cleaner ones I've used. The UI is user-friendly, the explanations are clear, and it doesn't feel like you need a medical degree to understand your own charts. You can turn on notifications for proactive insights or keep them off and just check in when you feel like it. I went somewhere in the middle. I want the hey something's off nudge, but not a phone that panics because I stood up too quickly. And if you want to go deeper, the app can connect with other platforms like Apple Health and Google Fit, so it can pull in things like steps and workouts from other wearables that you already use. Plus, it connects with Hume's other device, the Hume Health Body Pod. That's an optional companion that scans your body composition markers like body fat, muscle mass, and tissue changes, so your metabolic and longevity trends get a much fuller picture. I actually started using the Body Pod too, and the combo makes the whole long-term trajectory thing feel way more real, because it's not just physiological signals, it's also what your body composition is doing over time. Don't forget, you can use my special discount for the Hume Band, link below in the description. And if you want the full picture setup with both physiological signals and body composition markers, I've got a deal for the Hume Health Body Pod 2. Both links are down there. I started wearing the Hume Band at the beginning of January, half as a New Year's resolution to be a slightly healthier human, and half because I was genuinely curious whether a longevity-focused health tracker would actually change anything once the novelty wore off. So far, I'm happy with the choice. My life is already intense, travel, filming, constant movement, and that's exactly why I like the no screen, no notifications approach. It tracks quietly in the background, and I can check my metrics when I actually have time to think about what I want to change, instead of being interrupted by a wrist alarm every time I breathe. Comfort-wise, it's a win, it's lightweight, looks clean, and it works just as well at the gym as it does in a business meeting. Most days, I genuinely forget I'm wearing it, and that's especially true at night, which is a huge plus for sleep tracking. If a band annoys me while I'm trying to sleep, it's dead to me, so this one lives on. And the metrics have been more useful than I expected too. It made it easier to spot what messes with my sleep, what ramps up my daily stress, and even how certain foods or drinks hit my energy or spike that low-key anxiety. The bigger win is that it nudges me towards changes that are realistic for my routine, instead of forcing some perfect lifestyle I'll quit in 4 days. Now, I only ran into a couple of downsides. First, there aren't really design options. The strap is comfy, but one style won't fit everyone, and I'd love more strap choices. Second, because it's textile, it can take a bit to dry after showers or a swim. And finally, I've seen some comments about metrics not matching other wearables, and in my experience, that usually comes down to fit and placement. If it's too loose or sitting weird, your data does get weird. But if you want to try it risk-free, Hume says there's free worldwide shipping and a 45-day return window. So grab my discount using the link below or scan it via the QR code on screen. And that's my Hume Band review after a few weeks of real use. This band makes the most sense for people who care about long-term health and longevity, not just hitting step goals. And it's for those who would want a quieter wearable that helps you spot patterns, reflect on your habits, and gradually steer things like sleep, recovery, and daily stress in a better direction over time. If this was helpful, hit like, subscribe, and follow the channel for more wearable tech tests. And drop a comment to let me know, do you want me to review the Hume Body Pod next and show what the full band plus body composition setup looks like? Thanks, and see you next time.